Hello, watch lovers. Welcome to another episode of the FUT'S Watch Club, where we do watch reviews, highlights, and talk about watch related stuff. So I know your boy has been on for some time. However, I was just getting something started with all the movements, and your boy is back now with more in-depth review. And I would just like you guys, as I always say, I just like to remind you guys to always like, share, and subscribe to the channel as we have a lot more reviews coming. However, today, without wasting any time at all, let's get into it. So today we'll be reviewing the Mont Blanc Geosphere Chronograph. So that's the Mont Blanc Geosphere Chronograph. And this chronograph is known as the 1858 chronograph. So, what is the Mont Blanc 1858 Geosphere chronograph? The Geosphere chronograph is one of Mont Blanc's most popular watch series, and this watch series is one of the most sought after in that was manufactured from Mont Blanc, and also this is the first time that the Geosphere series is having a stopwatch, a stop function inside the watch itself. However, the 1858 Geosphere chronograph is known as a zero oxygen. What does a zero oxygen mean? And this is a feature not seen in many watches, and I'll explain later. So I'll just give you a quick definition now, and I'll explain later how the watch works. So the zero oxygen means that even though the watch has a lot of features to offer, the main feature is that there is no oxygen inside the 44 millimeter titanium watch. So no oxygen inside the watch, and later in this video I'll be showing you guys the benefits of having no oxygen in watch and how oxygen affects watches overall on the inside. So as I mentioned, the main feature of the 1858 Geosphere chronograph is that there is no vacuum inside the watch. There is no oxygen inside the watch, I should say. However, this does not mean that there is a vacuum inside the watch. There is no vacuum inside the watch. Instead of oxygen, Mont Blanc uses a different type of gas. And what is this gas? This gas is nitrogen. So the inside of the watch and the case is made of nitrogen. And thanks to a special sealing mechanism in the watch, air cannot enter the watch to affect the the nitrogen surface that is inside. So all of my chemistry persons, you can chime in on this, as the nitrogen is on the inside and it is very super sealed. No air can penetrate the case and affect the surface, the nitrogen surface that is inside the watch. So what are the benefits of this? This oxygen usually causes corrosion on the inside of the watch. So this is the reason why Mont Blanc decided that they're gonna take oxygen out and put a nitrogen gas inside, as it leads to less corrosion, which we can all appreciate in the watch gear. Also, the watch has a crown that is pushed or pulled. So the crown is either pushed or pulled. Either option is fine, and it can be pressed as well. Also, the watch, when exposed to extreme temperatures, are not as affected. So, as we know, for our car guys, we know that when you put oxygen, regular air inside your tires, air with mixed with nitrogen, oxygen, all the other gases in the atmosphere, and you put regular air in your tires, if it stays out in the sun too long, it might deflate. However, if you order nitrogen air, some tire shops do provide nitrogen air to put in your tires, you will see that nitrogen is not as affected by the major changes in temperature, such as high heat. So, this is another benefit of having nitrogen inside the watch. Whereas, if the watch is exposed to extreme heat, or extreme cold, the nitrogen inside the water is not as affected because nitrogen is not as reactive as oxygen to changes in temperature. So this is an ingenious idea by Mont Blanc to me, and this nitrogen surface does make this watch a game changer, especially for persons in the Caribbean and hikers that go in the extreme cold. Alright guys, we're just gonna talk about a few technical specs of the watch. Let's get into the nitty gritty of the watch. As seen in all watches in the Geosphere series, the watch has a self-winding mechanism called the MB2927. So this self-winding mechanism or the self-winding caliber is the MB2927, and this caliber is based on the Celica SW300. This caliber offers a world-class function which gives a world time. So this caliber allows the watch to have a world time with two tiny hemispheres, and this is rotating in different directions. Also, this leads to a pattern that recalls a mountain glacier. So this caliber has a pattern that is designed like a mountain glacier. And then this caliber is also exclusively crafted using a old French technique, a old forgotten French technique, and this technique is called the gâte et boy. So this technique is called the gâte et boy. So there's a lot of nice features that goes into this caliber. Also, the 1958 chronograph Zero Oxygen has a sulfalated calf skin. So it's a sulfalated calf skin, and this calf skin is water resistant to 100 meters. So this is the strap. This is the strap. The material is called the sulfalated calf skin. And then a nice and interesting feature of this watch is that even though with all this ingenious design, all these additional features that you can brag about saying that my watch at the inside has nitrogen, the watch retails for only 8850. So that's 8,850 USD. So overall, the price is definitely not a killer, and it is definitely in a good range. And as you can see from the pictures that I provide, it is definitely a colorful and beautiful watch on your list. Overall, a solid watch. Overall, a solid addition to your collection. Not overly expensive, so it won't break the bank. So again, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for sticking with me so long. I'll just remind you guys to like, share, and subscribe. You know it's your boy Kevin from FUT Watch Club. And again, I say all the best.